Welcome everyone to my YouTube tutorial. I'm going to be showing you how to make a simple basic bodice pattern. Thanks for watching. Everyone, I'm going to be drafting a basic bodice pattern, and this is how I draft my basic bodice pattern. First thing first, I'll take the measurement of my shoulder. My shoulder measurement is 16, then I'll divide it by 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8, so I'll mark my 8 down. Then my neck measurement, a basic neck measurement is 3 in the width and 3 in the depth. But in case of someone that is actually fat, you can use 3.5 by 3.5. So I'll just go ahead and roll that out. So the next thing you're going to do after taking your shoulder measurements, you're taking your neck measurements, is you're going to come down by 1 inch from your shoulder level. And this is because of our shoulder is not straight. This is for the shoulder slope. So you come down by 1 inch, then you roll that out. After that, you're going to measure your armhole. Your armhole is your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. And you can also use your shoulder divided by 2, 8 for your armhole. So your armhole measurement, you take it from your shoulder slope down. So this is my shoulders from my shoulder, so I'll be taking 8. My shoulder is 16 divided by 2 is 8. So you can either use your shoulder divided by 2 to get your armhole, or you should use your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. So I'm just going to come down and roll that out. So the midpoint of your armhole, you measure the midpoint of armhole. Mine is 4, so I will come out by 0.5. Then I'll take my ruler, take it to my shoulder slant. Then my bust is 36. 36 divided by 4 is 9. So I'll just take my measurements 9 here. I'll curve my armhole to this point like this. If you can afford a French curve, you can do it so that your curves and lines will be perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead to take my horizontal measurements. So my shoulder to bust point is 10. My shoulder to bust point is 10. So I'll just go ahead and mark the 10 out. This is my bust. Then my shoulder to waist is 16. So I'll just go ahead and mark that out also. This is my waist. For my waist, I'll come down by 8 inches for my hip. For my waist, I'll come down by 8 inches. Then I'll roll that out. My shoulder to my nail length is 40, so I'll also mark that out. So the entire paper is 40. So my entire paper is 40. This is it here, 40. So I'll just use the line of the brown paper. Let me just roll that down. So after doing that, so I'll just try to I'll take my dart. So my bust to bust, my nipple to nipple measurement is 4. So I always come down by 1 inch for my bust point. Then on my waist, this is where I take my darts. It is on the waist you take your darts intake. So since my nipple to nipple is 4, that's what I'm using. Then I'll take 0.5 inches at both sides. 0.5 inch here, 0.5 inch there. So after taking 0.5, I'll come down by 5 inch below my waist. Then I'll roll that out. From the 1 inch I came down from for my bust. So you can see what I did here. So that's for the front intake of the front bodice. This is the front. So I'll just go ahead. Taking your basic body is basically basic and very easy. So my bust measurement is is 36. 36 divided by 4 is 9. I'll be taking a sewing allowance of 2 inch. I'll mark my 2 inch. Same thing here. So 2 inch plus 9, that's 11. My waist here, my waist is 31. 31 divided by 4 is 7.75. So 31 divided by 4 is 7.75. Plus the 1 inch that intake we took here. We place it back. Then we'll add our 2 inch sewing allowance. You can either use 2 inch, you can either use 1.5. It's your choice. Then my hip, so I'll just roll my bust down to my waist. Then my hip measurements, my hip is 39. 39 divided by 4 is 9.75. 9.75. Then I'll mark that out and I'll add my 2 inch sewing allowance. Then I'll roll my waist down to my hip. I would like to use this to just give it a curve with it. To get your new measurement, I usually remove 1.5 for my hip measurement. If I remove 2 inch, if you want it to be more painful, but I like removing 1.5 inch. So my hip measurement is 39 divided by 4 is 9.75. So out of that 9.75, I'll minus 1.5 inch from it. That will be my new measurement. So yeah, I'll be having 8.25. So that 8.25, I'll mark it down. Then I'll add my 2 inch sewing allowance to it. So that is how I get my new. So I'll just take that and roll it down to my new. This pattern is my basic bodice pattern. So I'll just go ahead to keep it. So this is for the front. Then I'll go ahead to cut it out. This is how the front. This is how my front basic bodice pattern is. This is how it looks like. So I'll go ahead to cut the back. So for the back part, first and foremost, I'll be taking 1.5 inches for my zip allowance. I'll just go ahead to mark 1.5 inch down for my shoulder level to my knee. And I'll roll that out. So I'm gonna ahead to take down 1.5 for my zip allowance. So I'll just go ahead to take my neck measurements for my back. And I said, you take the front, our front, we took 3 inches for our width and 3 inches for our depth for our front measurements. Or for the back, you'll be taking 1.5. But in case of a fat person, if you are taking 3.5 inch for the width, you also take 1.5 for the back. And I'll just go ahead to curve that. So after that, my shoulder measurement is 16. You know, I said my shoulder is 16, I divide it by 2, I get 8. Then, because of the shoulder slope, I usually come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. So this 1 inch I came down for. I'll just go ahead and roll it to the neckline. So, armhole, same thing as the front. Your shoulder divided by 2 or your bust divided by 6.1.5. Then I'll just do it. Then I'll just, so I'll be using 8. So I'll just mark out the 8. Unlike the front piece that we came in by 0.5 at the middle here, we won't be doing that for the back piece. We'll just curve it to the armhole. So after doing that, I'm going to take my horizontal measurements. My shoulder to my bust is 10. I'll just mark the 10 out. So this is my bust. My shoulder to my waist is 16. So I'll just mark the 16 out. I'm dotting it because my hand is not really that straight. So if you know you don't have a straight hand like me, you can just dot before you move. Then for my, this is my waist. Then for my waist to my hip, I'll just come down by 8 inch. 8 inch. 8 inch, so I'll just roll that out. So this is my hip. Then, as I said earlier, my knee is, for my shoulder to my knee is 40. So my shoulder to my nail is 40. So I'll just label this side as nail. So eliminate zip bulge. I used to on my waist, let me move my waist to my zip allowance. To eliminate zip bulge, I will come in by my waist. To eliminate zip bulge, I'll come in on my waist by 0.5 inch. I'll come in also here by 0.5 inch. Then I will roll it to my shoulder. Let me extend my hip line. Then I'll also roll it down to my hip line. Same thing as the one I came in inside. Yeah. This is to eliminate your zip bulge. Also roll it to my shoulder area there. So now this is our new zip allowance. So this place is going to be cut off. So our line is going to start from here, from this new line here. So I'll just go ahead from this new line. I'll take my body measurements. My bust is 36. 36 divided by 4 is 9 plus 2 inch sewing allowance. I'll mark that out down. Also mark it down at my bust level. My waist is 31. For my waist is 31. 31 divided by 4 is 7.75 plus 2 inch for sewing allowance. That is 9.75. And there's going to be that in our back, definitely. So our that allowance, which is 1 inch, I'll add it to the measurement of my waist. So don't forget to add it to it. So it will be 10.75. So I added my waist is 7.75. I added my that allowance 1 inch. That's 8.75. Then I added 2 inch sewing allowance. That's 10.75. So I'll just take that and roll it to my waist. My hip is 39. 39 divided by 4 is 9.75. So this is the 9.75. Then I'll be adding 2 inch sewing allowance to it. So that's 11.75. So I'll just mark that down. To get our new measurements, this is our new. To get our new, the same thing we did for the front. Our hip minus 1.5. So our hip is 39 divided by 4 is 9.75. 9.75 minus 1.5. That is 8.25. So this is the 8.25. Then I'll be adding 2 inch sewing allowance to it, like I did to everything. So then I'll just roll that down from the hip. So completely eliminate the zip bulge at the back, the zipper bulge. You know that our shoulder to waist of our front is always longer than the shoulder to waist of our back. This is the shoulder to waist. So the shoulder to waist of the front is always more than the shoulder to waist of the back. So if we actually cut our pattern like this, it's going to cause zip bulge. Like there's going to be a bulge at the back of our zip. So to eliminate this, the difference between your shoulder to waist of your front and shoulder to waist of your back, you're going to remove it here. And how are you going to do that? The shoulder to waist, the difference between mine is 1.5. So I always come up by 1 inch on my waistline here. So this is the 1 inch here. So I'll just roll it to my waist. Once you can follow this step, there's no how you have a zip bulge at the back. So you just roll it to a straight line to the waist. You can see how mine is. Then you're going to. So this place, I'm going to cut it away. Then I'll close it with a paper tape to take my that measurement. You just have to stop here. Don't cut it from the side. The side of the waist must align with the side of the front. You just take it, then enclose it. I'll just go ahead and cut off the other sides also. We have cut it out, so I'll just go ahead to take my darts in here. So same thing from this our new line of our zip. So I'll just take my nipple to nipple measurements is 4. So I'll just take 0.5 at both sides. 0.5, 0.5. So I'll just connect it to the bust points. Then I'll come down by 6 inch for the back. I came down by 5 inch for the dart of the front. So I'll come down by 6 in the back. Then I'll roll it to the 0.5 dart allowance. I already added the 1 inch dart allowance to our measurements because I was sewing allowance. So I'll just roll it. That is all for this pattern. And also, if you want me to teach you how to manipulate that, those darts in this pattern, we have to stitch the darts on our fabric. But if you want me to teach you how to manipulate darts on our pattern without we stitching the dart directly on our fabric, you can let me know in the comment section so I can do a different video tutorial on that. So this is our front piece and this is our back piece.